Hello, this is Norm, the amateur machinist again, and I promised I'd do a video on, in another video, I promised I'd do a video on a holster I made for the .45 caliber Taurus Judge revolver. It's hard to find locking holsters for revolvers. I don't even know if they're made. There's a lot of different kinds of locking holsters for slide action guns, but I haven't been able to find anything from my Taurus Judge. So I made one, and I mentioned in the other video that it works, but there's some problems with it. So here it is. Again, I'm filming with two cameras, so I've got to make adjustments for each camera here. There's the holster. Okay, and there's the Taurus Judge that goes into the holster. Now inside the holster, it's held together with bolts, and you can see the slots that hold the gun in place, and those slots are lined with indoor-outdoor carpet. And here's the locking mechanism. You push this lever with your index finger while your other fingers are around the handle of the gun, and what happens is this springs back here, this piece of metal, and holds that up against this spring tension, and then the gun will pull out. Now the locking mechanism, this piece of metal here, the way it locks the gun in is it goes over the back of the breech area here, right here. It doesn't do it by the trigger guard like my Taurus does, the Taurus locking holster. And I'm going to show you that in a little bit here. I'll show you a little bit about that anyway. And so the gun goes in. I got to do this now with two hands. Okay, so you push the gun in. First of all, there's the slots, and the gun goes in there and slides right in. It's custom made just for this gun. Then what you do is you pull this metal back against the spring tension, and then this goes back down, and the gun's locked in place. It won't come out. But when you push it with your index finger, and then now the gun pulls out. Okay? So that's it. That's how it works. Give you a front view of it here. Now the problem with this, it works great, but the problem is it's heavy. It's heavy and it's bulky. And so what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use this as a hold, or a way to hold my gun while driving in my truck. I'm going to have this mounted to the floor of my truck, elevated about the height of the seat, and then canted this way so that when I'm driving, I can just grab onto the handle like this, and the gun won't. The advantage of it is that the gun won't fly all over the place. I'm going to lock it in again. The gun won't fly all over the place if I have to brake hard or get in a wreck or something. And so let's say an emergency situation comes up while I'm in my truck. I'll just put my index finger on here, unlock it, the gun will pull out. And then when I'm done, put it back in, lock it, and it's secured again. Okay, so that's the Taurus locking holster. Now you can get all kinds of different holsters that, now this is much more practical. It's made out of plastic. It also has a lever that locks your gun in, But it uses the trigger guard right here. There's a little tab that goes over this trigger guard and holds it in. It doesn't hold it in by the back or the breech area of the gun. And so the way it looks when you do this, it's just locked. Now that I pull on it, you have to move things around so both cameras can see here. Now if you want to pull it out, now you normally would do this with your index finger, but I'm working with one hand here. So I'll push it with my thumb instead. You push that lever. No, I got to put this down and use two hands here. Okay, you put it down. Yeah. Oh, I got to get out of my seat here. So you put your index finger there, you press it, and the gun pulls out. And then you push it in, and it makes a little click, and the gun's locked in. Now this is much more practical as far as carrying it around. It's lighter. It's not as durable. It's plastic instead of metal, but it still gets the job done. And it guards the trigger well. And so now this is a Bulldog brand. I got this at Cabela's for $29 or about $30. And see if we can get that Bulldog brand to focus there. There's the Bulldog logo. And then get it there from my other camera. Let that autofocus focus. Okay, so Bulldog brand from Cabela's, $30 for this holster. It's well worth the money. And it protects against the gun grab. That's what I like about the locking feature. I watched a video on YouTube about a woman that was in Walmart, and she was reaching up to get something off from her shelf. She was open carrying her gun, and a guy came behind her, grabbed her gun, and ran out of the store with it. So you want a locking holster if you're going to carry openly. Okay, so I'm going to conclude this. I don't like to do long videos. I'm at 7 or 8 minutes now. And I'll have many more videos coming up in the future on different things, shooting and machine work and all that. As you can see here, this was a combination of gun video and machining, where I did some machine work with this metal locking holster for the Taurus 45 caliber Judge revolver. So long, everybody.